Hello, my name is Bruce. I'm going to give you a lesson in division. I'm a tutor. I work at a private school, Clearwater Academy International. I handle kids having trouble all day long, 23 plus years. That's all I do. It's a lot of adventure. Now the school didn't send me here to do this. I'm doing this because you, teachers, and some parents, you need to know the data that I'm going to give you on division. In my school, in 3rd grade, they have a Macmillan textbook. The Macmillan text uses 2 terms, 1-step division and 2-step division, which tell the kids how to start solving the division problem. It's not really well defined. Some kids get lost there. I'm going to give you enough information so that your kids will not get lost. Okay, fast definition of division. And by the way, there's 3 earlier lessons in this series on division. Division 1, 2, and 3. On division 1 has all the basics, dividend, divisor, quotient, what division is. There's place value in earlier lessons. I'm not really going over that here. Just going to show you how the kids should start solving the division problems. So, but what is division? It's using numbers. It's a fast way of separating things into equal parts. You're separating things into equal parts quickly. Division does that. You try to separate 10,452 people into 322 teams without using division. You're going to be there a long time getting those guys into different places, maybe a few days. Okay, that's why we have division. Fast, separate things into equal parts. Okay, now there's these 2 terms, 1-step division, 2-step division. I'm going to go over them in detail, but here's the definitions. 1-step division, you divide the tens place and the ones place together. In 2-step, you divide the tens place and the ones place separately. We're going to look at that. We need detail on it. Okay, let's do it. We will start with 1-step in the tens place, in the divisor, in the dividend, in the tens place in the dividend. There it is, tens place in the dividend is less than the divisor. Then you have to divide the 2 numbers together, because there are no 7s in 6. There aren't any. There's 0. So you can't divide 7 to 6. So what do? You divide 7 to 64. See? Tens place, 6 times 10 is 60. Ones place, 4 times 1 is 4. 64. Place value. So when the divisor is greater than the tens place, you divide the dividend, both numbers together. So 7 goes into 64, 7 goes into 64 9 times, right? 9 times 7, 63. And then we subtract, we got a remainder of 1. See? Divisor greater than the tens place. We divide 64 together. 9 times 7, 63. Subtract, remainder of 1. 1-step. See? 64 gets divided together. 1-step. Let's look at 2-step. Okay, when the tens place in the dividend is greater than or equal to the divisor, you can divide the numbers separately. See, 5 will go into 6. There is 1 6, 1 5 and 6. You can do that. You can do 5 into 6. 5 goes into 6 once. See? 1 times 5 is 5. Subtract 14, 10. 5 times 2 goes into twice. 5 goes into 14 twice. 2 times 5 is 10. Subtract 4, remainder 4. 2 steps. Tens place, ones place get divided separately. 2 steps. Now, and that's because the divisor is less than the tens place. When the divisor is the same as the tens place, well, you can still divide 6 into 6. It goes 1 time. There it is. 1 times 6 is 6. Okay? We subtract 0, bring down the 4. 6 can't go into 4, so 0. 0 times 6 is 0. Remainder 4. And that is 2 steps. 2 steps. Tens and ones get divided separately. Let's get some drilling. We'll get better. I left the answer here. Let's take it off. No cheatsies. Going to have to solve it right now. Okay, 7 divided in 64. Well, what is it? So you have to think. We look at the divisor, it's 7. We look at the tens place, it's 6. Are there any 7s in 6? There ain't none. So we have to divide 64 together by 7. Then we use that multiplication question. What's the closest multiplication fact that's not too big? In other words, how many 7s are in 64? Well, there's 9. And then we multiply, 9 times 7, and then we subtract. We got a remainder, 1. 1 step. 64 got divided together by the 7. Here's the next one. 6 divided in 64. Well, let's think about it. Look at the divisor, 6. Look at the tens place, another 6. There is a 6 in 6. So, 2 steps. We're going to divide these 2 numbers together. The dividend gets divided separately, each number. 6 goes into 6 once. 1 times 6 is 6. 0, subtract, bring down the 4. There's no 6's in 4. 0 times 6 is 0. 4. Remainder 4. You see, this really is just a way of getting the kids to start the division correctly. They don't get confused at the beginning. And now, 9 goes into 64. Well, the divisor is much bigger, isn't it? But still 6 is, the tens place is still smaller. There are no 9's in 6. So 9 goes into 64 7 times, because 7 times 9 is 63. We subtract. There are no 9's in 1. 0. Wrong. That's my remainder. Sorry. Remainder 1. Okay. Next one, 5 divided into 64. Well, divisor is smaller than the tens place. We can divide that into that. So it's going to be 2 steps. We're going to divide the 6 and the 4 separately. Here it is. 5 goes into 6 once. 1 times 5 is 5. 6, take away 5 is 1. Bring down the 4. 5 goes into 14 twice. 2 times 5 is 10. Remainder 4. Okay. Got a few more. Let's get them right. 3 divided into 52. So what do you do first? You look at the divisor, 3. You look at the tens place, 5. Divisor's smaller than the tens place. We can divide 3 into 5. How many times? How many 3's in 5? There's 1. 1 times 3 is 3. Subtract, bring down, 3 divided into 22. Well, how many 3's were in 22? Multifax, 7. 7 times 3 is 21. We subtract, we get a remainder of 1. Okay? Now let's do this one. 5 divided into 52. We look at the divisor, 5. We look at the tens place, 5. They're the same. We can divide 5 into 5. There's 1. This is 2-step. There it is. 1 times 5 is 5. 5 from 5 is 0. Bring down the 2. But there aren't any 5's in 2, so the multifact is 0. 0 times 5 is 0. Subtract. Remainder 2. You got 2 more of these to do, so you can test yourself and learn better. Again, now this one's kind of interesting because we're dividing 52 by 1. 1 divided into 52. Well, are there any 1's in 5? You bet there are. So, divisor, smaller than the tens place. 2 steps. How many 5's? What's the multiplication fact? 5. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 from 5 is 0. Bring down the 2. There's how many 1's are in 2? Well, there's 2. 2 times 1 is 2. No remainder. And now, last one. 8 divided into 52. Let me give you a chance to think about it. Okay. We start the same way. Divisor, bigger than the tens place. It's not going to divide. There ain't no 5's, there ain't no 8's in 5. So we got to divide 8 into 52. We use our multiplication facts. What's the smallest multiplication fact? It's not too big. It's 48. 4 times 6 times 8 is 48. Got a remainder. Subtract 4, and that's our remainder. Okay. That's the lesson on 1-step and 2-step division. I hope it helps you. Use it with your kids when they get confused, and they will do much better in division. See you again on my next lessons. Bye.